The National Economic Council has given state government a deadline to state their positions on creation of state police in the country. The NEC meeting presided over by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Presidential Villa in Abuja also announced the release of 3 billion naira in flood relief funds to affected states, particularly in the northeast, where floods have damaged infrastructure and farmlands, threatening food security. Now, this next report by Joy Ujejim has more details.
The National Economic Council has given 4 states of the country until September 9th to submit their reports on the establishment of state police, warning that decisions made after the deadline will be binding on non-compliant states. According to Abdulrahim Lawal, the acting governor of Oyo State, who briefs the press after the meeting, this move is part of a broader strategy to strengthen security nationwide.
NEC consider the establishment of state police and asks states to make submissions for consideration. Today, all the states were supposed to submit for consideration of the NEC. Incidentally, 4 states couldn't submit, and for that purpose, NEC decided that those states must make their submissions on or before Monday next week. Otherwise, whatever decision NEC takes on the establishment of state police will be binding on those states that refuse to submit, to make submissions.
The devastating floods that have swept across the country was also the central topic at the NEC meeting. Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State highlighted the severity of the situation, adding that the federal government has now released 3 billion naira in flood relief funds to affected states.
The flood was more devastating along the northeast axis, where the major artery between Kano and Maiduguri has been cut off, with devastating effects on households, schools, bridges, and other means of livelihoods. Lives were lost, and a lot of properties were also destroyed. And of course, that has really provided a big challenge to our eyes as a government and as a people and as a state, because we need to provide more of food security.
The council also has decided that by Monday, there is also going to be Monday will be the deadline for all the states of the Federation to submit detail of damages, including farms, schools, bridges that have been affected by the last flood. And Mr. Chairman mentioned that it will be taken into consideration for appropriate support to the various states.
The Minister of Health, Mohammed Ali Pate, on his part, disclosed that the NEC has called on state governments to establish food and nutrition security task forces, mirroring federal efforts to combat malnutrition and strengthen food systems in the aftermath of the floods.
Key decisions were taken to include a food and nutrition security task force, which we have already established at the federal government level. But states will also mirror that, which is a multi-sectoral governance and coordination platform to ensure that we address the challenge of acute malnutrition, moderate malnutrition, and over time, even the stunting that we are faced with as a country.
The Council also reaffirmed its commitment to eradicating polio in the few remaining affected states. A task force chaired by the Governor of Gombe, alongside key governors and health experts, has been set up to oversee efforts to eliminate circulating polio virus and boost primary healthcare systems across the country. Joy Uchejim, TV360, Lagos.